it's the next day, and because I didn't get a chance to do this yesterday, I wanted to do a review slash show off my outfit because I didn't get a chance yesterday because it got so dark so fast that I didn't really get a chance to film myself doing anything. So because this is, I can't remember how many times I've been to the Renaissance Festival at this point, and I've worn the same outfit for the last several ones that I've been to, which was a fully homemade outfit, my skirt, my chemise, my corset, all of that stuff that I made before. And I love that outfit, but I wanted something new. And also because I geared that other one towards like spring, summer, like it's all light materials, cotton, things like that. And it's very springy and bright. And now that it's fall, almost winter, I wanted a more wintry colored outfit and material. So let's start with my base layer is this cotton. It's actually the bottom of a maxi dress that the top fit me weird. So I decided to cut the bottom to make a skirt. And I decided for it to be my bottom layer because it has like a ruffle. I don't know if it's coming across on camera, but it has like a ruffle. So it kind of looks like a chemise on the bottom. And then this top I got from Old Navy, like, I don't even know how many years ago. It has like the puffy sleeves. And I thought it would look really cool as a Renaissance Festival costume. And this is the first time I've actually worn it that way. So that was my bottom. And then I have this velvet skirt that I got from Goodwill. I thrifted it also a few years ago, knowing that I was going to use it as a costume one day. And then let's do the cloak so I can take it off. So when I looked at the weather for the fall fling, the high temperature yesterday was 50 degrees and clear and dry. And that was the high, and it was at the time that the festival opened. So the temperature dropped steadily from there, especially after the sun went down, and I knew we'd have to be warm. So I wanted to make a cloak, and I found this fabric on Fabric Mart, and it's like a wool polyester blend. I don't know the breakdown, but I just know it's wool and polyester, and it's like a fleecy material. Derek said, it looks like a blanket. Did you use a blanket to make that? Which you can totally use a blanket to make a cloak. I just found this fabric and it was on sale, like a ridiculously cheap price for wool. So I got it, and I did not get enough fabric technically. So it's like I had to do it like dirty where I did not use the pattern pieces in the way that they were supposed to be, but I did use a simplicity pattern. I used this pattern, Simplicity 5794, and I used View C. However, I did not line the inside, partly because of time and I didn't want to have to find more fabric, but I did line the hood, and I lined it with satin pillowcase material because I didn't want it to mess up my hair. Let's pull up the hood, and it's like very wide, but because it's slippery, not sticking to my hair, it kept sliding off. Like I would just be sitting there and it would slide down. So I need to figure out something else to do for the hood. Thinking about adding like a snap, like maybe like this, even though that looks kind of silly. But that's one of the options. And when it comes to, so because I didn't line the inside of the cloak here, it's not constructed the same way as the pattern. So I used bias binding, like a bias tape, as to connect the hood to the body of the cloak. And here's a little tip to keep yourself from getting choked while you're wearing the cloak, is not to tie in a bow here, because even though the shoulders, I think I'll just bump the mic, even though the shoulders are structured, which helps keep it from sliding back, it's not like a circle or like a blanket that you're like tying around your neck. That helps. However, one trick is to crisscross your straps. So let's see if I can like flip this up. So the straps are crisscrossed in the front, and then I've tied them in the back here. And that makes the cloak stay closed around your body So it helps you be more warm, which this is how I wore it yesterday. Another option, if you want it to be more open, like if you want to show off your outfit more, is to do it just straight under the arms like this. So it's almost like a backpack, the way it goes around the arms, and I'm just tying it in a bow like an apron. And then the cloak stays open, so it shows your outfit more. You have a little bit more use of your hands. However, it's not as warm because you're not fully enclosed. And then I noticed when I wore it like this, the hood definitely wasn't staying on because it was not like closed. So it's like sliding back even right now. So I'm gonna take this off because it's really hot. A previous video when I made a reversible bodice using Butterick 4669, I was considering making another bodice like this, and then I ended up making something different, but I knew the whole time that I was gonna make another one, and I did. So this is a fabric from Spoonflower. So I ordered it at the same time that I ordered the kitchen curtain fabric, the little cafe curtains, and it's a William Morris inspired print, again, called Blackthorn, and I love it. I'm obsessed with it. It has like all these flowers and trees, and I didn't do perfect pattern matching, but I did try to showcase certain parts of the pattern, like the tree here, the flowers here, and on the back I made sure that the pattern was centered across. It has like a folk art kind of look to it, so I love this. And of course my trusty belt that I thrifted many years ago, and the crochet market bag is also part of my standard costume, and my little potion bottle. So let's take a look at what I bought at the festival. I didn't really get much because well, first of all, it was super crowded. It was hard to shop, which is why I didn't even film in the shops. One thing I was tempted to get that I didn't was a quill and ink. I like to use fountain pens in my everyday, but I asked if that ink could be used for regular fountain pens, and they said absolutely not because it will clog them up. And I was so tempted to buy an actual quill, but I knew that I would not use it, so I left that behind. But this is what I did get. First is this little brass incense burner. It's for like cone incense, and I'm not a huge incense person, but I want to try, because like the sticks, I don't use the sticks, but I kind of want to try like the resin kind, the cones. And so you put the little cone in there and then the incense comes out. It's very cute. And then from the same place, I got this little mini mortar and pestle, and I have a full-size one in my kitchen. I have another one that's like on display in the living room, so I figured it would be nice to have a small one up here in my little witchy room. And the last thing I got is this little spoon. I just thought it was very cute, and for stirring tea, I don't know. I just thought it was adorable. It has this little curly Q handle, super adorable. So overall, we had so much fun because it was not hot. The hardest thing to deal with at the Renaissance Festival is how hot it can get. And the Georgia Renaissance Festival, I believe, runs from like April to June. So like beginning of April through Memorial Day. And by May, it is so hot. So it was glorious to go and it not be hot. We were able to enjoy our time more, and it was crowded, but it felt less overwhelming. And they did have part of it blocked off to where like it was not the full area where, you know, you can just walk around. So they didn't have all the things that they've had in the past. One of the things that Derek really wanted to do was like fight like there's a little area where you pick your weapon and then you fight one of the people, and if you win then you get their pin, and he won last time, so he really wanted to do that, and that wasn't open. The archery line was really long, and he usually likes to do that, but I feel like it was smaller than the normal one. But the shows were really fun, and it wasn't hot. So we spent, I think, more time there than normal, which even though I didn't film as much, but we did walk around quite a bit and we had a great time, and I would definitely go again. I'm looking forward to 2026 spring season. I'm trying to decide what my outfit's gonna be. I do have a costume I made a few years ago for Halloween that I want to wear for one of the themed weekends. So we'll see which weekend we go to. But if you made it this far, thank you so much for watching. And if you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up so it can find other people who might also like it. And I'll see you next time. Bye.
It's hard to control.